welcome in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pencil and I'm just going to draw just a real, small, quick little, we got just the branch coming in here. I always like to do the eyes first. I feel, obviously that's the main focus when you do an owl. And you guys, welcome in. My name is Michelle. I am using my Posca markers, and I didn't feel like painting, so I'm just going to use my Posca markers and draw an owl. I'm going to do a little wing-tipped, not really horn, but and like that. But I think I want him to be holding a cup. So let's draw the top of the cup right there. I'm not going to go into because I'm going to have his little wings coming around and holding it. There we go. And then his body, he's going to have his little feet on a branch here, so his body's going to be right there, and then his eyes. And like I said, it's just a rough sketch. We're just going to just have some fun, relax a little bit at the end of the day. Hi, Tina. Welcome in. You guys, welcome in. My name is Michelle. I am a pre-K teacher, and I like to go live at night, just right before I go to bed, and do a bit of arting. I like to art. And sometimes I craft and come on here and do the things. Sometimes it is, I saw a picture of an owl holding a little coffee mug earlier, and I was like, but I didn't feel like getting the whole paint thing. That's the whole production. Okay. And I'm like, I don't really know what I want to do with them. Like on a canvas, it's like I will just, put him in my, junk journal. That's what we're going to do with him. I've got my Posca markers and they are pinned on there. That is what I'm using. Now I've added more because I've bought different colors and stuff. Definitely looking into other, I think I'm going to get some purple. And this is what I love about the Posca markers is, you can add different sets of colors to different things. Let me see here. Here we go. If you guys want to come in and share it out and help me tap, I would appreciate that. I am just going to be doing an owl drinking a cup of coffee. I haven't quite decided if I want an owl or I want the owl drinking coffee, or do I want the owl having a cup of tea? We'll see. I'm going to try, and I'm just using my Posca markers tonight. I did not feel like getting all the paints and the paintbrushes and all of the things. Now I'm going light just around the owl because I know that I want it to be light up here, and it's gonna, we'll have the tree branch and then more reds, a little bit darker down here. And this is what I love about my Posca markers is that they, you can kind of paint, but you can definitely create something with them. So, and that's what we're using today. And it's not that serious. I'm not worried about, is it covering up the pencil lines? Because this is in my junk journal, and we are not going to worry about that today. That's not the issue. So I'm just gonna start putting marks, and I'm just working on the background. Hey guys, welcome in. My name is Michelle. I'm a pre-K teacher, and I like to art at night. And that's what I'm doing today. I am making an owl, and he is drinking a cup of coffee. I really didn't feel like having him on a canvas because I didn't feel like messing with the canvas and all that. I just did not. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use my Posca markers. They're acrylic. Same thing. All right. So let's see. I'm going to do darker orange. Now, the only thing that is different about the Poscas is that, you don't get, I like brush strokes. I like to see the brush strokes in, when I paint. And, the thing with not using the same materials as when you see a painting, it's like using, like the craft acrylic paints. When you see someone, doing a painting tutorial and they're using, like Liquid Text or some other brand of paint, you're not going to get the same effect. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your painting. It's just different materials will give you different results. And that's always important to know when you are doing something, is that if you don't use the same materials, it's not going to look the same. And I'm just kind of just trying to put some marks down in here. And I have an idea of what I want to do. You guys, welcome in. You guys, my name is Michelle. I'm a pre-K teacher, and I go live. I like to end my day with a little bit of arts and crafts, doing something a little bit creative to just unwind from all the shenanigans that the kids have achieved today. That's okay. I do adore kids shenanigans. Okay. Today, it was at our school, it was our last day before Thanksgiving break. And so we had a pumpkin pie for a special treat for my pre-K class. And I'm 51. I am a grandma. Let me tell you, I like to spoil kids at this stage. I'm not trying. I'm not trying anything. So the kids, they kind of, when they got their pumpkin pie, they may have had some pie with their whipped cream, because that's, I was just like, you know what? And their faces, their eyes when they walked away with their whipped cream was that was pretty great. My co-teacher, I was like, well, yeah, I was like, yeah, I used a whole can of whipped cream, and she's like, oh my god. I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm gonna let's spoil them a little bit. We're gonna get them sugared up, and we're gonna send them home. And so what I'm doing, I'm putting my marks in. I'm not too worried. I may go back and add more, like a few leaves that are, more defined and whatnot, but I'm not worried about that right now. And I'm using blue in here. I'm trying to keep my darker colors at the bottom because I want it dark and then I want it to go light. So I am just kind of filling in, how they're modeled when you look up into them, all the different designs. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to go through and put in my marks in this color. This is like a navy blue. And there, just gonna, look, I'm trying to not worry about the little spaces. Like, in my head, I'm like, it's okay, Michelle. It's okay. Just let it go. Let it go. It's not that serious. And it's not. It's not. That's one thing, when you're doing art, some art is serious. I mean, some art is serious. But I feel like if you're doing serious art, you're using oil paints because I do have oil paints that I use, and I only use them when I'm doing serious stuff. Like I'm about to make an epic painting because I've got my oil paints out. But for the most part, I just use acrylic. I like a lot of color in my paintings and a lot of whimsy. That word would be the best way to describe what I do. I work with kids. My whole life is whimsical. Okay, that's pretty much it. And we're just gonna let that go. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of orange in there. Maybe I'm gonna make my orange marks just a little bit. We're gonna make some of the leaves. Like, do you see how I'm putting the leaf shapes in it? That's it. We're not worried about too much. If you look at a lot of masters, their paintings and stuff, a lot of them didn't like to mess with hands for a reason, for a very good reason, because painting hands is hard. And see, I'm not going to worry about because how it picked up some of the paint. That's a problem for tomorrow. because they didn't like doing them. Okay. No, there are some artists that are, extremely great at doing hands. Um, and you can, if you just take it one section at a time, you can definitely paint hands. Just take your time. Don't rush. Don't expect perfection. But one thing I noticed looking at a lot of masters' paintings is that their paintings did not have uh, their hands. Their hands were in their pockets, or it was just like behind their back. That is what happened. And see, so that's why I'm just like, we're just gonna do these few little leaves here. Just so people understand what happened. What was she trying to achieve here? I was just trying to insinuate some leaves. And you guys, I do have a goal up there. If anyone would like to help me, I think it is a heart me. If anyone would like to help out with that, I would appreciate that. Tapping, commenting, sharing, of course, all those things. They help send it out to the For You feed. And I'm going to let that dry a little before I go over it with some orange because I don't want to mess up my orange. I'm going to continue up here now. I want this to be more light, so I'm going to start moving in with I'm going to come in with this color red, and let's start getting some more serious leaf shapes in here. Not too serious. We're not going to be too serious about them. Okay. Just some quick little shape. Now, obviously, if this was a brush, this would be a lot easier to get the background in. You guys, welcome in. My name is Michelle. I am a pre-K teacher. I like to wind down at the end of my day with some art. And so I'm doing. I am drawing an owl, and I'm using my Posca markers to just. I don't want it to look like he's on fire. We don't want the owl to be on fire. Absolutely not. Let's get some orange in here. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. I may bring my tree up here some brown, so maybe I'll just leave that edge out. And we're just putting in the background. And this is just a quick paint. I'm just putting it in my junk journal, because it's not serious. This is, when you're doing your art, you do it for you and you make it the way you want it. Don't worry about, well, it doesn't look like this, or, that's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about that. Just enjoy the process of what you're making. Oh my, that scared me. My computer. All right. So now I'm going to go in with more yellow. I was trying to keep this more light up here. Now, I've never really, I've drawn with my Posca markers. I have never really done a whole picture with them. So this is fairly new to me. We'll see how it goes. I may be like, you know what, that sucks. I'm never doing that again. But you don't know until you try. You got to try different things. Yeah, we got to try different things. And if you are an artist and you like to, or a crafter, you know that you got to experiment a little bit with what you're doing with different materials. So you can try and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I did not like that. Yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You have to be brave and just push forward. Now, I'm going to tell you, there's always an ugly stage of a painting, of a drawing, whatever you're doing. There's a part of it where you're looking at it and you're like, oh my God, what have I done? Like, this is just awful. And a lot of people give up and they walk away. But I really feel like, those cartoons and stuff where you would see them, the person digging underground and they stop like right as they're just inches away from a discovery. Yeah, that's the same thing with art. That's the exact same thing with art. Just push through. Just push through. And if you don't want it, you can go back and work on it later. Yeah. There are paintings that I've done that I like all of a sudden I get a different idea for it, a year later, whatever. And I go back and work on it. Art and painting, they are never finished. So yeah, don't Don't be afraid. You get down with one and you're looking at it, or maybe you've learned some new skills and you see a painting and you're like, I can fix that. Yeah. Yeah. Just because you signed it, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean shit. You go back and you change that painting. And you do what you want. It's your art. And that's one thing I like about junk journaling and things like that. The freedom that it gives is very, I'm gonna try and lighten this up a little bit with some of the yellow. Just down here. I feel like I brought it like, I didn't have a fade. So I need a little bit of yellow here. Let's do this. Yeah. See, I like how the outline leaves. And then it brings that yellow down. There we go. All right. So I kind of feel, I'm feeling okay about the background the way it is. I don't feel like he's on fire. I have to watch. Red is my favorite color. And so I will, I have to be careful to not inundate a painting with the color red. Because I love it. When I did paintings and I was doing professional paintings, I always signed everything in red. It's just the most beautiful color. It truly is. So, all right. So I kind of feel like the background here got a little bit, like we got it going on here. Okay. So now I'm not going to worry about the branch. I'm going to start working on my little, my little owl friend here. Okay. And you guys, welcome in. My name is Michelle. I am a pre-K teacher, and what is this doing? I'm looking at my laptop. And I guess that's what we're doing. Let's click that off. There we go. I'm doing an owl, and I'm using my Posca markers. I've just been working on the background. I wanted it leafy. I also kind of want it cozy. Because he's going to be drinking a cup of coffee, and I haven't quite decided, well, what color, first of all, what color, and I think I'm going to do his cup like a blue, to kind of go with the orange. So I think I want my little owl here to be, what is all this? No, why are technology, go away. Not you guys. I appreciate technology and I do love it. But it does get on my nerves because I'm just like, man, just calm down. Why are you giving me so much information at one time? Calm down. Yeah, I'm looking because I had a picture saved of my little owl that I'm going to do. And so, yeah, of course I can't find it. Why would I be able to find it? Let's see. Nope. All right. So that's what we're doing. All right. So now I've got my owl. I think I'm going to let's do with his eyes. I love owl eyes. Okay. It is, it is my most favorite part of the owl. So let's just get that in there. Let that dry. I'm going to make his eyes. I was going to do blue, but let's make his eyes green. Let's do green. Like I don't think owls have green eyes. I think their eyes are light because, night creatures. They got to see at night. But this guy has green eyes. That's okay. I might go in it and highlight with some yellow, brighten them up a little bit. But for now, they're green. With that reasoning, owls really don't drink coffee and wear a scarf, but So I guess green eyes is not too out of the realm of possibilities with him. So, we're gonna let that slide. So yeah, I think Let me come over here. Oh, let's see. I think I can. Oh, that's not what I wanted. But everyone is like, why don't you just go to bed? I'm like, well, at a certain point, I can't go to bed till a certain time. Because if I go to bed too early, I will wake up like at 3 o'clock in the morning wide awake, and then I'm tired the rest of the day. So I have to, wait and, and wait. I just have to wait to go to sleep. All right. So let's outline these in black. That's because, I've got, like I said, this is in my junk journal. So I am not, actually, and I think I'm going to do his eyes here. Let's do this part. This needs to be a little bit bigger. It is an owl. When I do art with my pre-K class, I always tell the kids, don't color in just one spot. You're gonna ruin the paper. And I feel like I'm doing the exact same thing. There. The yellow brightens it up quite a bit. Gives it a nice depth. Biscuits. Smear the black. All right. So we got those eyes. So now I'm going to wait till it dries a little more. I'm going to use some white in there to give it, the little fancy little highlight. And let's go. I've got gray. I think I might go blue, some white. And the cup, I think I'm going to do the cup. Let's do the cup a light orange. Yeah, we'll do the light orange. And don't worry about the lines you drew before. Those are a suggestion as far as I'm concerned. Those are just a suggestion. Don't worry about it. And again, who's going to open up my junk journal and be like, oh my God, do you see the lines? Do you see the lines? She didn't even follow the lines that she drew. Who cares? I feel like those at this point, those are just suggestion marks. That's what we'll call them, suggestion marks. All right, I need to put some brown in here. I think I want to put, since it's a fall fill, I think I'm going to put a pumpkin on the side of this cup. I like for even my own coffee cups, I like for them to make a statement. Okay? I want them to make a statement. And so let's see. Maybe a red pumpkin. Yeah. Again, you see where red. Red. I love me some red. I'm just going to bring those down like that. And then, where's my brown? I'm going to go in on that red with some light orange. I'm just going to make marks. Okay. There. All right. And then, let's see. That's one thing I'm not used to. That's okay. It's okay. We're okay. We're okay. It's not the end of the world. But one thing I haven't learned with Posca markers is the drying time, because I don't ever really use them in this sense. And I think I want Do I want him? I feel like he needs a scarf. I feel like he needs a little scarf and maybe a blue scarf. We're gonna, and I think what I'm gonna do is to get the like the texture. We're just gonna do marks like this. We're gonna kind of create that knitted look, a braided look, with our marks. Come out here a little bit. All right, let's try another blue. You know what I probably should have done? I probably should have colored him first, but whatever. We're past the point of no return for that. I got a little bit of the ADD steps in, and I'm like, oh, I get ahead of myself. Like I scarf, and I'm like, oh yeah, probably should have colored his body first. But you know, ADD rears its ugly head, and that's where we're at. That's okay. Let's start like smoothing these out. Get that bumpy look of a scarf. I'll probably maybe I'll do the little, the end of it. I don't know yet. I just know I wanted him to wear a scarf. That's what I know. I'm going to go back in with my navy blue. And you know what? It's not like, why did I look? I don't know if anyone else does Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter, and I am a Ravenclaw. So I might have been a little partial when I picked blue for my scarf. That is that's a real thing. If you potter, if you are a Potterhead, then yes, that is a real thing. You tend to it's, I don't know, it's just a funny how a person can make a whole world up and the rest of the world is like, yeah, we want that world. We want that world. All right. So now let's do we're gonna do it swoopy this. We're gonna do a swoopy this way. His little swoopies from his scarf. They're gonna be coming down this way. All the fringe. I feel like the bottom part would be obviously darker, so let's go back over that with some of the dark blue that we got going on. Same thing with this little swoopy of his scarf right here. There. Now let's get some other colors in there. We're just going to, we're putting the lighter blue on top. It just gives it that feeling, that it's sitting on top and not such a flat look. Okay. There. All right. So we got his scarf, and I know what I was going to do. this part right here. So this is going to be darker, because it's knotted right there. So this is going to be darker right here. Bring this down. There. There we go. You guys, if you're just joining, my name is Michelle. I've been neglected. I'm sorry. I get a little carried away. I am using my Posca markers I'm making an owl. And apparently he's in Ravenclaw, and he's drinking a cup of coffee out of his favorite pumpkin cup. So that's what's going on. And that's what we know when you're creating art, you're telling a story. So I feel like we got this. I've got my orange. I'm going to do his feet. His cute little toes. And, we're doing this because we can. Okay? Just like, when you make an owl, you can make it any way you want. We're just going to highlight. Maybe I should let that dry a little bit. I don't know why I should start now. I haven't done it any other time. And that's why I like working with acrylic. I do work with oil paints, but not so very often because I get very impatient with paint, and I tend to want it to dry right away. And let's go. Oh, I need to get his little beak in before I put all the hair. Let's just get that in real quick. All right. Just gonna, and you know what? Don't judge. Don't judge. There's always there's an ugly part to every painting, every drawing, craft, whatever you're doing. There's an ugly part to it. Okay. And like, there have already been at least twice during this one that I've been like, I'm gonna turn my live off and be like, oh, there was a power failure. Sorry. Internets went out and be done. But again, pushing through the ugly. And that's okay. That's okay. All right. Where's my black? All right. Now I don't want this to be too much, but it's not, it's going to blend. It's going to blend. That's the assumption. You guys, my name is Michelle. I am a pre-K teacher, and I go live at night just to unwind, do some art. I haven't quite figured out where I want to go with my life. Oh, Lord. Went heavy on the mascara, didn't he? I'm still figuring that part out. Like, do I want to do painting classes, art classes? But because I got a touch of the ADDs, my tastes go everywhere. Like, I can't just focus on one art. And that's why I have a craft room full of craft shit. Craft crap. Okay? And it's because I literally cannot focus on just one. So every night, like, it's a different party every night. Okay. So yeah, you never know. Last night I was using paint sticks and made a fox, which could have been, for any age. I feel like it's a fun craft either for little kids. You could have adapted it to, for littles, or big bigs, and made it as an adult craft as you wanted to. And that's what you remember when you're looking at kids crafts is you can adapt kids crafts. You can adapt them to make them a grown-up craft, where they have more of a grown-up feel to them. And I don't know about his eyes, guys. I don't know. I may have a power failure and be like, oh, sorry, live is over. But we'll push through. I think I'm gonna let that dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna go over with white, so he doesn't look like like he's been knocking back energy drinks and espressos, because that's what he's looking like right now. But that's okay. We're not gonna judge. We're not gonna judge just yet. Okay. But he's looking a little bright-eyed and bushy-tailed there. And so let's see. I'm still going with gray, and Look, this is where I screwed up. I should have done the scarf. Maybe I'll do it in a different color. Well, look, because now I'm like, dang it. I was going to do him blue, and I want a darker gray. Oh. All right, let's see. What can I do? Let's see. Let's go with this color, blue. And let's just outline him all. Let's just go and do all his little feathers and everything. There. There we go. All right, so we can kind of see. Well, I mean, you guys can kind of see what was going on in my head. All right, so now we kind of have a better idea of what he's about. So let's do. I'm kind of regretting making his eyes green. Let's see. I want to do gray. Let's. Hopefully, I haven't messed up my gray marker too much on the black. Let's see if I have a different gray. No, I have a silver. I do have a silver. That's not helpful. All right, let's just do it. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. I am going to go back over that black. Like I said, he's looking like he's been. I don't know. He's seen some things. That's what's going on with him. He has seen some things, and he can't believe his eyes. Yeah, that's what's happening with him right now. No, Gray, no, don't give up on life. Don't give up on life. Live. Live. Yeah. Like, of course, I would pick the color that I'm running out of. That's all right. That's right. Maybe he just needs a rest. Maybe he just needs a rest, and let's try some blue. I think we're gonna do the feathers how we did the leaves. We're gonna put marks down. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put marks down. And I'm gonna go back and change his scarf color. And maybe change his eye color. Like I said, the ADD brain, she just takes over. She just takes over. And then I'm like, what the heck have you done? Like, was not what I had planned at all. Rude. Rude. Let's get this there. Yeah, I'm going to have to change the color of the scarf. I forgot that I wanted him to be like a blue and a gray. I mean, obviously I had the color in my head. It just it didn't make it onto the. I think if I go to fix that, see, because now I'm like, ooh, we could do red. Let's try not to worry about the scarf right now, Michelle. Let's try not to worry about the scarf. Let's get his little feathers on his little body. That's what you're going to worry about. Okay, that sounds like an idea, Michelle. Let's see. See, this is almost giving a nice aqua green look. Oh, I kind of like that look. Happy mistakes. Bob Ross was right. Okay. Oh, I do like that color. What beautiful eyes you have there, Mr. Owl. He still looks a little surprised, but that's okay. We can deal with that later. We'll deal with that later. Okay. All right. So we got the green out of there. Now, man, I need my gray. Come on, gray. You can do it. Don't give up on life, little gray. You got so much to live for. Don't stop. Don't stop believing in yourself ever. Okay. Yeah, Gray has given up on life. He said, I can't handle this. I can't handle this anymore. And he's going to go to the other side. Let's just try and get as much gray in here as possible. Maybe if I let him rest a little bit. Let's let him rest. Okay. Hey guys, welcome. My name is Michelle. I am sorry if anyone has said anything, and I'm not ignoring you. I'm extremely focused. Okay, that's what we're calling it. We're calling it focused. Yeah. Let's get rid of the Tammy Faye Bakker look over here. Gosh, do y'all know who Tammy Faye Bakker is? And do you know that reference? Because if you don't, I'm sad. Because I'm old. Yeah, if you don't know, you need to use your Googler and look up Tammy Faye Bakker. She was a televangelist wife in the 80s, the Bakkers. And then her husband was caught with a hooker. Gosh, I can't remember. But yeah. And Tammy Faye Bakker, she wore a ton of mascara. Like it was a ton of mascara. And this is the 80s. So in the 80s, if they were saying you wore too much makeup in the 80s, that's saying something. And Tammy Faye Bakker did wear way too much makeup. It was pretty bad. And yeah, Tammy Faye Bakker. Man, I haven't thought of that in a long, long time. But yeah, okay. So I feel like much better. I feel so much better about those eyes. See, aren't we glad we didn't give up? Yeah. Don't stop believing. Yeah, don't stop believing. You can fix it. Just put more paint on it. Okay, be like Tammy Faye Bakker. Put more paint on it. Yeah, and there we go. I'm feeling a little better about that. I was really concerned. I was really, really concerned for him and his self here, his eyes and his caffeine intake. It was looking a little grim. So let's bring this down. I'm going to try and follow like what would be like a natural feather for the marks. And the white is giving a nice gray. I didn't think it would blend like that, but wow, that did pretty good. I really didn't expect that. I'll be honest. See, all was not lost. All was, and y'all were gonna like, oh my god, this owl is disgusting. Yeah, I know I was. No, trust me, I was there with you. I was there. I was like, oh, this owl was a mistake. Because I don't ever plan a single damn painting art thing that I do. When I go live, it's pretty raw sometimes. Sometimes things just happen, and I'm like, well, I probably should have practiced that before I decided to do it in front of people. Sometimes I get lucky, and there's no one in there to see, so that's okay. There. Oh, that white turned out nice. That white worked out quite well. I don't even feel like I have to change those. I might change those colors on the scarf just because. I feel like also the blue, but I do. He needs another layer. I know that's a bit much. It's being a little bit extra, but I feel like, when someone knitted this for him, it was they made it too long, is what happened. And so, he has to wrap it around his little neck. He has to wrap it around his neck twice. He does have to wrap it around his neck. But there. I'm going to do another. Geez, what color did I use? This one. See? He's just an owl in a tree. He needs a scarf. He needs coffee. Obviously, you had seen his eyes before. You could tell he was a coffee drinker. There, we're going to bring it around here. There. I might go back and I'm going to add a little bit of definition down here so we can see that there is, a double layer of scarf going around. All right. All right. All right. So he's got his scarf. I feel like I need a little bit of, let's just, there. All right. So let's get these feathers going up here while my gray is happening. And we kind of can see where things are going, okay? And I think I used that dark blue? Yeah, that's a dark blue. There's the part of me that's like, stop, you're going to screw it up. I might. I might. That's a good possibility. You never know. Let's go over that with some white. Maybe we'll pull some of that blue out and mix it up with some of the white. See? Yeah. There we go. All right, now I'm going to go put some of that dark blue in his little... I know these aren't ears, but whatever those are. Or just don't judge, okay? Have you ever seen an owl with its feathers? Like, they have these long legs. It's really weird. Yeah, it's extremely odd. They're hiding some gams under those feathers. Okay. So let's see what we got. Let's not screw it up, shall? Yeah. Don't screw it up. I know. That's like my mantra right now. Don't screw it up. Don't screw it up. You fixed it from those disastrous Tammy Baker eyes. And my gray seems to be clinging to life. Barely. Alright, so let's be gentle with the blue. And then I'm going to quickly go and grab my white so that we can pull some of that blue so it's not so blue. Yeah. All the technical art terms. Okay. All right. I feel like this top half is okay. I feel okay with it. Get some of this going up here. I don't know how my white Posca marker will be after tonight's adventure, but you know, such is life. There. All right. So now we're gonna work on the body. All right. I'm gonna keep my white in my hand. Let's see. We're gonna work on some gray feathers. Oh, come on, gray. Come on, gray. Y'all cheering with me? Hang in there, gray. Just a few more. Just a few more. Now I gotta quickly go over this with my white so that we can not have such a stark, you know, whatever I got going on down here. We don't want stark. We want it to kind of blend. All right, I feel okay with that. I feel okay, and I think this is not the blue I wanted. This is that blue or black? That is blue. Let's go a little bit dark under here. And, because, you know, it would be darker under there on his belly. I'm really surprised how well these little Posca markers have. they've taken a beating. They've taken a licking and they keep on ticking. Yeah, I have not been kind to them tonight. I've made them work. I may fix my cup here in a minute. All right, I'm going back over it with the white. Oh, don't you do it to me, white. Don't you do it. You know, if you don't talk to your art supplies, what are you doing with your life? You know, you gotta have a relationship, okay? There. Well, I don't even know what I've got in my hands here. All right, so I'm just gonna go and make quick marks here on his little feathers with the gray. What did I do? Why did I do that blue there? Jeez. What are you thinking, Michelle? Ugh. Sometimes I tell you, some people's kids just don't follow the color scheme. There. Okay, we'll fix it like that. That'll do. That'll do. Okay. All right, and we still haven't done the tree yet. That's okay. That's all right. All right, what? All right, this is the one I wanted. Here we go. I feel like we're getting close. We're getting close. Don't lose faith. Don't ever lose faith. We're getting close. We just got the tree, and the hard part is done. I gotta put some highlights on his little toes. Nope, wrong orange. That's not gonna work. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna have to clean my white off before I. I do have now on my gravies. These are my gravies. We can do them. All right, and then we're gonna do some swirls in there, and I think I'll just do some lines going across his toes. All right. Now for the tree branch. All right, now I've got two browns. I think I want to start. I mean, there's a slight difference, but let's start with green. I got two browns, but we're gonna start with green. That's logical. That's logic. Yeah. If you have ever had the privilege of watching an artist work, you know that it is cuckoo sometimes. That's just how it is. I can't help it. Ugh. Okay, so see what I mean? We had to push through the ugly because he was looking hideous. He was looking absolutely hideous. But we pushed through. We pushed through the ugly. So you remember that when you were working on your art. Push through the ugly. Okay? Because the beautiful is just around the corner, as is life. Just push through. I'm telling you, that's just how it works. Okay? Sometimes the universe just, it likes to give you a lot of ugly sometimes. But it does give you some beautiful stuff sometimes. And you got to hang out for the beauty. Okay? Just like when you're pushing through your art, push through the ugly, push through it. Don't think like, oh, this is never, I'm not an artist, I can't create. If you're just creating for yourself, it's okay. And that, look, different strokes, different folks. That's one thing about art. Look, taxidermy is an art form. Would I ever be a taxidermist? Absolutely not. It's disgusting. But do I enjoy seeing little squirrels playing poker? Yeah, that's cool. I can do that. So yeah, let's just about done. I kind of feel like I should have, but this is the thing. You're always going to second guess, and don't ever be like, oh well, I don't. Yeah, don't boo boo. You're always going to second guess yourself every single freaking time. I don't care what is going on in your life, what is happening, whether you're art, work, kids, whatever. You are going to second guess yourself on everything. And and sometimes some people aren't going to like it. And that's okay. We're not going to please everybody. Some people don't like me. I know. Isn't that amazing? Are you just as surprised as I am? Yeah. No, some people don't like me. And I don't give a rat's ass. I truly don't. And neither should you. Neither should you. Don't let someone yuck your yum, okay? That is for sure. Because some people, that's what they live for. I will never understand when some people, when you're enjoying something and they're like, oh, that's so gross. was like, shut up. Don't yuck my yum, okay? Don't yuck my yum. That's gonna bother me. I gotta do something there. I gotta do something there. Let's see. I think I'm just about done, guys. I think so. I think so. Let's get some of this yellow in here. Ah, biscuits. Blue. Blue. All right, so we're going to cover that up with red. We're just going to use it as an excuse to use some red. Again, I don't want him to look like he's being cooked, which is definitely the vibe I'm getting here. Now I'm like, oh, he's in hell. Oh, my little cozy owl. Now I can't not see it. He's in hell. But that's okay. Oh, I was going to fix the cup. Yeah. Poor little owl. Poor little owl. Went to hell. That's okay. It's not his fault. I can't make leaves look like, apparently, like they're not on fire. So that's okay. There. All right. Well, there you go. Well, he is supposed to be in leaves, but now that I've seen that he looks like he's in hell, yeah, he's in hell. You guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'm here every night if you want to come and hang out and listen to me ramble and create different things. Sometimes I am able to respond and participate in conversations. Sometimes I don't because I get a little distracted. But I appreciate everyone who watched and hung out with me, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, here's my little owl in hell. You guys, good night. Everyone have a good night and a good day tomorrow.